Welcome back to Crystal Water Tarot, and welcome to anyone new for another yes or no pick a card reading. So this is going to have to do with relationships. Not really, it can be any type of a relationship. Not really saying what type. We'll kind of get into that when we do the readings. But before we look at the cards, I just wanted to acknowledge something before I go any further. During the readings, we talk about one specific thing. When we're doing the readings, we talk about free will. And I just wanted to acknowledge that when we talk about free will, everyone has free will, and of course everyone does. But I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that just because we do have the free will, I just wanted to acknowledge that sometimes people may be in situations where they may have free will, but there may be they may not be able to act on that free will because there may be consequences to themselves or to other people. So although, they may have friends that say, well, you can do that or you should do that, people may not realize what those consequences are. They may be leaving somebody behind, something may happen. So I just wanted to acknowledge that for those who watch this video, and they may want to go out and do something, but by those actions of free will, there may be other consequences that prevent them from doing that at that moment in time. So I just wanted to take a moment and recognize that when we talk about free will and choices, that everyone has that free will and they can move forward. Sometimes other things outside of themselves may impact that. So thank you for that. So let's go ahead and let's look at the cards that we are going to be using to bring us into the readings. For pile number 1, we are going to be looking at card number 12, Do It Your Way. Life is how you design it to be. And the signs I'm going to be using the dice are going to be the sign of Taurus, the number 8, which could be the month, a date, or something else related, and then the sign of Venus. For card number 2, we have the number 6, build the life you want, complete the journey you're here to follow. And again, we have the sign of Taurus, the number 11, and we have the sign of Pluto. And for card number 3, we have the number 15, show others the way, act in a way that benefits all. And then we have the sign of Gemini, the number 1, and the sign of Pluto. So there are the cards and the dice that are going to be bringing us in. Take a few minutes, use the cards that are calling to you. There may be more than one deck because as I'm seeing, we've got 2 Tauruses and we've got 2 Plutos. So that again may be calling you. There may be something there in more than one pile. So take your time. Do what calls to you. Thank you. Okay, welcome back to Crystal Water Tarot, and welcome to those who chose card number 1. I'm just going to zoom this out a little bit to make us a little bit more space. So we have card number 1, which is the number 12, do it your way. Life is how you design it to be. And then again, we have the Taurus, the number 8, and then we have Venus. So with those there, excuse me, that was not Venus, that was Mercury. I apologize. So with that being there, I feel like Taurus, we know, is a strong leader. We know that they're a fighter. And looking at this card just makes me think, whether this be representing you or the person that's on your mind, that this person is determined. They see things and they do things their way. Just looking by the way this person is dressed, they do it their own way. They, from their appearance to what they do in their own life. So it's just, and they, the design of what they're wearing, it's like they do things their own way and they're not afraid to stand out, is what's coming through to me right now. So If this person is sounding familiar, then hopefully we are on the right pile. So let's go ahead and draw some tarot cards. So we have the Star card. We have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Sun. It's all up here. We have the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Lovers. I think we're going to do it. So what this is telling me is that whatever the circumstances that you're asking about in regards to this persons, is that if this is a relationship, if this is a friendship, whatever, I see that you still have hope around it. I see that if this is somebody that maybe you're no longer around, if this is somebody that whatever, I'm finding that maybe you're finding peace with it. Maybe you're finding peace with this person. If you're no longer with them, maybe you're learning to adapt. But I'm also finding that maybe when you're with this person gives you a sense of self. This person gives you a sense of hope that you can do things your way. You can accomplish things that you did not think that you could accomplish. So I feel like whoever this person is, they help you move forward. They help you, I don't want to say be a better person, but they help you believe in yourself. So whoever this person is or was or whatever the case may be, I feel like you look at this person and you may look up to them. You may some days, you may count them as a blessing in your life. Now, keeping in mind, this person can be male or female. Doesn't matter. Gender does not play a part in this. The cards just define a type of personality. It does not define a gender. So I feel like this person really, when you're around them, I feel like, or was around them, past, present, future, or will be around them, they'll make you come alive. They will make you appreciate who you are. So then we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse. With the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and just kind of looking at the rest of the cards, I feel like, before this person came into your life or comes into your life, you may be a little bit defensive about maybe the way you present yourself, you feel like, are people judging me? So when you're around this person or was around this person, whatever the case may be, you dropped your defenses. So that made you appreciate this person. So I really feel like this person made it so that when they were in your lives, are in your lives, will be in your lives, they make you feel that you are able to create the kind of life that you want. So then we have the Five of Cups. So I feel like with the Five of Cups, that you may have had, again, people judging me, a negative way of looking at things. And with this person, whoever this may be, and it may be a few different people. The reason why I'm saying a few different people is because of the Hope card with the three cats. It's not just one person. And the Star card, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the Star card usually just has one person, but in this deck it has three. It has three cats. So it may be that this isn't just, maybe it's multiple people, maybe it's a group of people that you're around that brings this to you, that it allows you this type of hope. So that's kind of coming through. So maybe with this whole thing here and with the Five of Cups, it's allowing you to, it gives you that influence. It brings you out of, maybe you were just, maybe in a moment, maybe a time in your life, or maybe right now, you're going through a time where, you're just trying to find yourself. You're just trying to find that right group. And maybe when you do, you're just going to kind of come to life. You're going to see a path where you realize you can do things your way. And that will help you move forward. With the Six of Swords, that kind of, it allows you to move forward. So it's showing that whatever this may be, when this persons, I'm seeing that when this person or persons was in your life, is coming into your life, wasn't, however, whatever, it allows you to move forward, or it allowed you to move forward. What I'm also seeing is that we've got the 4, 5, and 6. So I'm seeing a progression. So, and then we've got the Sun. So I'm seeing a progression, however this plays out, of happiness. So whatever this is, this person, whoever this person is, whoever this person's are, you went from a hope card of somebody maybe coming into your life or helping you. You've gone from a progression of what if, the defenses may have been up, but the defenses are dropping, and you're going to a progression of finding happiness. Then we come to the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles talks about moving forward. And when we talk about the progression of moving forward, you're going forward, and you are you're progressing. You're coming to terms. You're not just, you're finding yourself. You're finding a group. You're finding a group that will accept you, which is what people need. So I'm sensing that maybe you're finding the right group of people, so that you're moving forward, you're developing, and people are recognizing you. So the group, so I'm almost feeling like the Three of the Pentacles is in the wrong place. I'm feeling like the Three of Pentacles should have been after this star, where we would have went 3, 4, 5, because you're finding your group, you're moving forward. And so that's kind of where I'm feeling this should be. So that, you're being recognized, you're in your happy place. And people are also finding that they're seeing that you're in a good place. People are recognizing what you've achieved. People are recognizing that maybe when this person came into your life, that you've changed. You've changed for the better. And then we've got the Lovers card, which again, the Lovers card can mean a partnership, a romantic partnership, but it can also mean choices. It can mean some type of union. So with that being said, you're making choices for yourself. You're making choices on do it your own way. So you're making choices for yourself. The choices that you once were defensive about are not so much anymore. You're making the choices that make you happy. So that's what I'm sensing from here. So with this person, whoever this person is, I feel like they're helping you move to a place where you were looking for hope, and they've helped you gain that hope, and you're finding yourself in a really positive place. So that's what I'm sensing here. So definitely positive, definitely going in the right direction. And kudos to you, definitely. And kudos for this person if they're having this positive impact on you. And not quite sure what they're doing, and not quite sure how they're doing it or how they will do it. But again, this sounds like, and we're talking about a union of, this could be a friendship, this could be a family member. But whoever this person is, it really sounds like you've got some type of I don't know what the word is, but some type of a connection that's definitely helping you move forward, of helping you find yourself and believing in yourself. And something just came to mind is maybe you're recognizing yourself. Maybe this person here is yourself. And you're finally recognizing the strength that you have within. So, and if that's the case, then kudos again to yourself. Let's get some more tarot cards. So now we have the Five of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the World. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Hangman. We have the Six of Wands. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So with those cards there, what I kind of sensing from the Five of Wands in reverse is you're tired. You know, it usually talks about losing. It talks about tired of needing to prove. Tired of losing to others. It just talks about all that negativity. It talks, you know, normally it's the fighting card that, you know, you keep having to prove yourself and you're just tired of it. And interestingly enough, it comes under doing it your own way. So I sense with this, the Five of Wands, you just are going to start doing it your own way. Whoever this person may be, they have made you finally realize you can do it your own way. You don't have anything to prove to anybody else. You can step out, you can do it your own way. And in your mindset, you're at peace with that. You finally came to acknowledge that you can do it your own way. And with the World card, you know, the World card talks about things, you know, unable to move forward and delays and all of that lovely stuff. But that's not what this card is telling me right now. You finally realize that if you do it your own way, the world's not going to come to an end. Nobody's going to, you know, if you start doing it your own way, the world is not going to stop. Your world is not going to end. It is going to keep on moving, and you're going to keep on doing things exactly the way that you want them, and things are just going to go on, and it's not going to end if you do things the way you want to move. And then we've got the Knight of Wands, and it's okay if you get creative. It's okay if things move forward, and this person, I believe, has helped you recognize that. You're now able to move forward. You've recognized that if you don't do things the way if people are not happy with what you do, the world's not going to end. If those people that you wanted to be your friends are not your friends, the world's not going to end. If people don't accept you for who you are, the world's not going to end. And I believe this person, this relationship that you have, whoever it may be, has really opened up your eyes to help you realize that. And then we've got, again, the Knight of Wands. You're excited about living again. You're excited about to move forward. And with the Hangman, you're not giving up your control. You're ready to trust. You're ready to trust somebody, and it could be this person that's coming into your life. And with the card, interestingly enough, the Three of Pentacles, you're being recognized. You're being recognized for who you are. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is success. You're finding success. Maybe you're finding success in this relationship. Maybe you've had past relationships, and whoever those relationships have been, they've tried to control you. They have tried to control how you look. They've tried to control your actions. They've just tried to control whatever the case may be. Maybe it's been a family member who has tried to control everything about you, and guess what? Those times have ended. You're moving forward. You're doing what you want. And again, you know, now, again, in the beginning of this relationship, I've talked about free will. And now maybe this is the opportunity where you can have your free will. You can move forward. And this person, whoever this person may be, family members, friendships, groups, romantic partners, whatever that case may be, they're helping you move forward. They're helping you realize that. And maybe, again, as I previously said, maybe this is you. Maybe you've realized, you've had that awakening, you've had that opening, and you're ready to move forward, and you're okay, and you're You're finding that peace. You are moving forward. This for me is a yes. Everything is positive about it. You know, you're ready to move forward. Whoever this person may be has had a positive impact on you. And I'm really excited because it's that positivity that's really coming through to me. So, with that being said, let's get some other opening cards. Yeah, I just feel like whoever this person is, they've helped you realize that it's okay if you do it your way. And I feel like whatever it is that you do, the world's not going to come to an end. The world is not going to stop. Time is not going to stop. And people, I believe, are going to accept you. They're going to recognize that this is your time to move forward. This is your time to live. And then we've got the Six of Swords, which it's time for you to move forward and not hold you back. You've got the right, with the Ace of Swords, you've got that right mindset. And you're done with the Hangman, and what's coming to mind is you're done hanging around. And with the Ace of Pentacles, you're also going to find the resources. And in the resources, it may not be money, but I believe it's, again, finding the people to believe in you. And I think you found that with no doubt. So we've got 17 exposed. And I feel like with being exposed, again, I feel like that to me is being recognized. That you are exposed. You're letting people see who you are. Right after that, we've got growth. So with being exposed, you're growing. And you're letting people see you grow. I think you've been held back. I think that you have not had that opportunity to grow. You've not had that opportunity to expand. And now with being exposed and letting people see you for who you are, you're now growing. And then observation. With that growing, you're able to observe. You're able to see things. You're able to see things through a whole different lens, which is awesome. So we've got our first angel card, which is Don't Stop. Again, I'm just feeling whoever this person is, relationship, friendship, family member, yourself, definitely something positive. Choose a new direction. So maybe you've been going in one direction, which again, moving forward, you know, it's time to choose that new direction. It's time to move forward. And then there's something better from what you've been going through, from where you've been. There's something better out there for you. There's something, and this person, whoever it may be, is willing to be there for you, is willing to stand by you, is willing to, you know, be there, help you, support you, or maybe there's showing you, if this is a family member, past, present, or future, they know that there's something better out there for you. So whoever this is, whenever, they're there to really support you, I feel. And again, if this is yourself, you know there's something better out there. So let's get some messages. And these here, this is specific to love messages. So these messages are very specific to relationship. And they, again, we're just going to let it flow. And keeping in mind, this person maybe have been somebody that you were in a relationship with, that you no longer are in a relationship with, and that you no longer are, but they may have had some type of an impact they may have been the ones that maybe have been holding you back. So we've got I am ascending. So strangely enough, I'm sensing this may be a message to yourself. If you are the person that you're the one that inspired yourself, this may be you, a message to yourself. Or the other person, whoever inspired you, maybe is ascending, and this is how they have inspired you. I need to see you. So if this is a relationship, maybe you did split up, maybe you haven't seen this person, and maybe if they are ascending, maybe they need to see you. Maybe they've seen how far you've come, they've seen what you've accomplished, and they just need to see you. I have trouble to express myself. Maybe when you were together, they had that trouble. And then the final card, you deserve the best. So for those, that was the final one. You deserve the best. So whoever, whatever, however, I feel like, they recognize that if this is a relationship reading. So I'm going to grab some cards. If this is a past, if this is somebody who inspired you, who is no longer here, who may have passed on, and I do not know why, this is, I feel, very specific to these readings, and I don't know why. So this may be very specific to each reading as I do it. I have no idea how to explain this, but I was called to pull these cards. I see all of your thoughts. So if this is somebody, maybe you couldn't move on because of someone that had passed. They see all of your thoughts. I am so much better now. So maybe if somebody had passed on and that's why you couldn't move on, and maybe there's something holding you back because of that, they're sending you these messages. There is no time where I am, and time is only on earth. Have no idea why these are coming through, but these are some messages. So if this is having to relate to the past as to why and this person inspired you and you may have been held back, it's, they're just kind of letting you know that I believe that, yeah, it's okay for you to move forward. It's, they're good. They're positive. And I'm going to get a couple of angel numbers. These numbers could relate to you or they could relate to them. I have no idea. But I just feel like some angel numbers definitely are going to have some messages for both of you. The first one is 1331, good fortune, advice, comfort, major change, individuality, and independence. Have faith in your skills and talent, as they are a tool that can provide you with a bright future. A piece of good advice, a moment of enlightenment, or a comforting message is on its way. Everything will work out in your favor. And then 1441, interesting. 1331, 1441, unique skills, life goals, mission, sense of self, honesty, important project. It's that time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is a priority right now. So again, this is going to be a yes. I also wanted to get a couple Oracle final messages. Joy, hope, we have hope again, we had the star, dream, nurture, and courage. So again, whoever this person is, past, present, future, it could be a relation, again, it could be a romantic, it could be a family, it could be a friendship, it could be a group of people. It's definitely positive. Whatever your question is around this, it's definitely positive. And if it's something in the past, where are they thinking of you? I have no idea, but it's definitely a yes. And I feel like if this is somebody who has moved on, and that may be holding you back from moving forward, they're at peace and they're good. And if it's something in a romantic where you haven't spoken with them, I feel like they are thinking of you. So, and again, this is going to be a yes reading. I hope this has helped somebody. Please watch again. I hope you join us again. Please like and comment. Would love to hear some comments. Thank you. And I hope you join us again. Welcome back to Crystal Water Tarot, and welcome to those who chose card number 2. And number 6, build the life you want, complete the journey you're here to follow. And then card number 6, which also reminds me of the Lovers card. And then again, we have the Taurus, we have the card number 11, which also reminds me of Twin Flames. And then I believe this was Pluto. So let's go ahead and let's draw some tarot cards. This person here reminds me of somebody that's has the eyes. Now this can be you or them. Very intense. It's like the gaze is extremely intense. Kind of. And if you notice the clothing, and I don't know why this is coming through, but everything is like very dressed up, very well dressed. Appearance, maybe something that this person or you is very particular about. But what's also coming to mind is that they might not be willing to open up. Sometimes people kind of dress very intensely and they keep themselves they don't open up a lot, is what's coming through. But the eyes are really, the intense eyes are really getting to me. And that's just really, it's really what's focusing. And then like the stern jaw, just something about the face. And keeping in mind, this can be feminine or masculine energy, and it can apply to either gender. And then number 11, and then Pluto, or any gender. So the first card we have is the Hermit in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Four of Wands in reverse, the Five of Wands, the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Four of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. So what I'm getting is, with the Hermit, whatever this situation is, I'm sensing that they're between you and this person, and I'm kind of sensing that whoever this person is, or you may be disconnected from them. You may not be connecting with them right now. So if this is a family member, you may not be in touch. If this is some type of a friend or a romantic partner, you may not be talking right now. Also, I'm also sensing is that there is something definitely going on just by a quick look at the cards. And that you may be there may be a situation going on where you are just kind of staying away from everybody. You're kind of by yourself. You may not be talking to people, anyone in general. You may just kind of be doing your own thing. And we're complete the journey you're here to follow. You may be just kind of on your own path right now. Just kind of going on your own journey, living life by yourself, doing things by yourself, because something may have happened. Something may have happened that made you lose trust. Maybe in someone, somebody, a group of people. Not quite there yet. So then we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. That talks about, again, the King of Pentacles, as we know, is a resource card. Normally it talks about, maintaining your security, patience, all of the good things about resources. But it also talks about poor money management. It talks about people coming in and basically taking advantage of people. And so that's where I'm getting that that's where I'm really getting that something has happened. Then we have the Four of Wands in reverse, where something is broken, whether it be a home, I'm thinking friendship, there's definitely something where we're not finding comfort, we're not finding peace, we're not finding balance right now. We're not finding a good space. Then we have the Five of Wands. With the Five of Wands, it's like something has come up and it's not welcomed. You found out something. That's where I'm coming up with the Four of Wands or the King of Wands. Maybe this is... See, now we've got the Nine of Cups. We've got the Knight of Cups, deception, and the Knight of Cups. We do talk about love. Is definitely a love card. So I'm kind of getting that this could be a relationship card for some of you, possibly family card, but kind of going on the side of romantic, where you may have found out something about somebody that you did not want to find out. And it's really, you're having troubles struggling with it. Maybe someone did something, maybe you thought this was true love, and it's not. Maybe someone went behind your back and did something that you were not expecting. So there's definitely a possibility. The Knight of Cups in reverse talks about lying, poor mental health, definitely deception. And generally, again, it is generally around love, that sort of thing. So, and then right after that, we do have the Four of Swords, which does talk about healing, renewal, self-care. And it also talks about, with the self-care, about healing. That's where I'm sensing with the Hermit of, being loneliness, isolation. You may be isolating yourself after finding something out that has really had a strong impact on you. This reading may not be for all. This reading may be very specific to one, a few, whatever the case may be. And this may be in regards to a love relationship. It may be to a family member. It may be, somebody may have passed on and you're just finding out things that you just never knew. So again, this is, Then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Pentacles talks about, generally Ace of Pentacles talks about commitments, job security, rewards. But in the reverse, it's just the opposite, breakdown of commitments. It talks about loss, financial loss of resources, that sort of thing. So, and it's coming right under the Four of Wands. So what I'm sensing is something has definitely came to light. You thought that something was going to maybe last forever, whether it be resources, whether it be a commitment around around some relationship, and that is not the case. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and you're kind of like, I put all this work into it. Was it a waste? You're really questioning the value of this relationship. And that's why I'm kind of thinking it has to do with either a friendship or a romantic partner, because the reason why I'm not thinking so much of a family is because, sadly enough, family is our family, and we don't necessarily give up on our family, and our family isn't like we have a choice in the matter. Our family is our family. We don't get to select who's members of our family necessarily. But with that being said, it also doesn't necessarily mean that we can't give up on our family. It doesn't necessarily mean that we can't walk away, because we can walk away if we choose. Because sometimes there's only so much we can do. But with that being said, so that's why I'm just getting a sense that whoever this person is, you're finding out something that has had a major impact on you. You're finding out something that has totally rocked your world, and not in a positive way. It has totally made you question everything you have put into this relationship. And this could be happening now. This could be something in the past that right now you're going through the healing stage. And right now you're just kind of like, how do I go back? How do I move forward? What do I do? Or you could be looking back thinking, look at where I've been, and complete the journey you're here to follow. And you may be questioning, right now, you may be build the life you want. You may have already gone through this. You're looking back. Now you're moving forward. How do I build the life that I want? What do I really want? You may be questioning that. And so now you're trying to move forward, and you've got all these questions. And why wouldn't you? It makes sense. How do you know who to trust? If you thought you trusted this person, and you trusted this person, how do you move forward? So that's kind of what I'm getting. So the next cards that we have are the Strength card, the Justice card, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Strength and the Justice were in reverse. We've got the Eight of Swords. We've now got the Nine of Wands in reverse. We've got the Page of Wands in reverse. We've got the Emperor in reverse. We've got the King of Cups, and then we've got, again, landing on the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles again in reverse. So now as we move on, you're right now, as we going on to this deck, you're questioning it. It's like, how didn't I see that happening? How could I not? And now with the Justice card, you're questioning it with it being in reverse. With the Strength card and the Justice card both being in reverse, you're like, how could I not see this? Life is unfair. Sadly enough, things in life just aren't necessarily fair. And now with the Eight of Swords, you're fearful. And with this Eight of Swords, it also puts in it talks about we sometimes will put ourselves in like a prison, so that because we're fearful of moving forward, could be why you are basically isolating yourself. You don't know how to move forward. You don't know where to go from here. You don't know how to build that life that you want, because you thought you had what you wanted, but this person or persons, whatever the case may be, kind of rocked your world in a negative way, as I said, and you thought everything was good. You thought you trusted the right person. You thought everything was what you thought you did everything right. You thought you just thought everything was perfect, and now you just don't know. You just don't know how to move on. And with the Nine of Wands in reverse, you feel like with this Eight of Swords and then with this Knight of Wands, you're feeling like, oh my God, you have that sense of feeling like, you were a victim. You're feeling, with the Strength card in reverse, you're feeling weak. You're feeling like you got nothing anymore. Where do you go? What do I do? And it's unfair. There is no question about it. Why this happens, we don't know. Why people do this? It's the life they chose. It's the journey they choose. It's what they chose to do. You chose to trust. You chose to see the good in people. That's not a bad thing. But you can't control what they do, and that's not on you. You can't look back and say, I did the wrong thing. The only thing that you probably chose to do is you probably chose to trust this person. You most likely chose to see the good in this person, and they chose to abuse that. That's up to them. Because we see that in the Emperor card in reverse with the abuse of power. That's what we see. We see that they abused that what you gave them. And that was the abuse of power, that you saw the good. You chose to see what they had to offer. You chose to see that good in those. And that's not a bad thing. And I'm sorry, but, sometimes people choose to see the glass half full rather than to see the glass half empty. And that's not a bad thing. Because if everybody sees the glass half empty in this world, where are we all going to get? No place. So, not a bad thing. But whoever this person is and whyever they chose to do this, they abused the power of what you gave them. And that was your positivity. The ability that you gave them where you saw the trust in them. And I'm sorry, but that's not a bad thing. It might have got you in this place where you are, but please don't think that's a bad... yes, it's bad where you are right now because you're going through a very horrible thing in your life, but you will get through this if you continue to keep that outlook that you will get through this. Right now, you may be feeling like a victim. Right now, you may be feeling like, I don't have the strength to carry on. There is no justice in this world. I got nothing anymore. But you will get through this if you find the positivity in this world. Here we have the Page of Wands in reverse. Right now, you're probably feeling like, I'm just going to give up and I'm going to throw in the towel. And I'm just not even, I got nothing. I'm just going to give up. But you know something? We also have the King of Cups here, which is upright. It's not in the reverse. You still, deep inside you, you still have that emotion that is keeping you seeing people, seeing the good in people. You still have that compassion for people inside you. You still have that, you still trust people. It may make you going forward being a little bit more cautious, which isn't a bad thing. That's a good thing. It may make you not just, automatically trust people. Not a bad thing. But deep inside you, you're going to look behind people's masks a little bit more, which is a good thing. Not a bad thing. But you still see the good in people. And you still, even though you've gone through it, even right now, you may feel, you may have that fear. You may feel a little bit pessimistic. You may feel a little bit isolated, or you feel a lot isolated, but you still have the compassion for people. And you may be still looking at that person and thinking, why did they do that? I trusted them. Why are they doing this? Why can't they see? Because you know why? You still are trying to find the good in them. And by all means, again, With the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, you know, you're trying to, you know, right now you're looking at giving up. You're looking at all my wasted energy, all that time. But again, though, I'm feeling like you're still trying to see some good in them. You're still trying, and you're still not. You're still trying. So for right now, I'm gonna. Part of me. You've been through a lot, but with this King of Cups, I still feel like you're trying. You're still trying to see the good in people. You haven't given up on them. You even haven't given up on this person that right now is making you go through so much. Because I feel like you feel like you've gone through a lot, but you're still not giving up. You're still trying to hold on. You're still trying. So even though you've been through a lot, even though you're going through a lot, you're still not ready to give up, and you're still not ready to see the bad in people. So I'm going to call this a maybe, because right now you can choose to give up on people. You can just choose to just say that glass is half empty. No matter how you look at it, it's half empty, and it's just the water's all going to dump out, and then we're going to have nothing. But I'm going to call this a maybe, because I believe that you can choose to give up and just flip this King of Cups in reverse and just give up. Or you can keep it and not let this person might have abused their powers with you, but you can take back your control. You can take back your power, and you can move forward, and you can build your life and bring it back again. And you can build it to be back what you had, back what you wanted. It probably will not be with this person. This person, if it was a friend, I will probably assume you will not let this person back into your life, but that's just what I'm sensing. However, based on what I'm sensing here with your compassion and your trust, you may, if they take off their mask, and right now you see what they are, you see who they really are, you may let them back in. You may not ever trust them again, which, in all honesty, who could really judge you for that? But you may also take back your power and take back your control. So for me, this is going to be a maybe, because with this Seven of Pentacles, it could go either way. With this King of Cups, you hold the card. You hold how you want this. You can complete the journey you're here to follow, which is being true to yourself and building the life you want, and not letting this person totally take away everything from you. And I believe that if you give up, they are going to hold that control over you. They are really going to take everything from you. And that's where I believe that you hold that power to flip it and to make this a yes and to move forward in the way that you want them to. So if this person is a relationship, is a friendship, is a romantic partner, is somebody that has passed on, and you have found out something about them that you just never ever would have guessed in a million years, you can take back that control. And so again, this is going to be again a maybe, because I'm just feeling that you have the control. You have the ability to make this what you want it to be. So let's get some other oracle. Let's get some oracle cards. We have number 9, communication. With the communication, I feel like maybe, and looking back, if this person is still around, if this person hasn't moved on, this person may be reaching out to talk to you. You also may be coming out of your isolation and looking to maybe talk to somebody, maybe counseling, maybe talking to a friend you trust, maybe a family member who you can actually trust, and who you trust enough, who won't give you advice, who will just let you talk to them, who will let you come out of your isolation and just listen to you, not just, basically do the I told you so, you should have listened. Just let you talk. Just let you get it out in the open so that you don't have to keep it inside. Number 39, release. As again, release it. Talk to somebody and just let it out. And maybe it just might be going out someplace where you can scream. If you're holding it in, saying, I have to keep it all bottled up inside and I can't let this out. And maybe if you don't have anybody, or you don't feel you have somebody that you can talk to who won't share their opinions, because sometimes you don't need the opinions. Sometimes you just need to talk and just talk to somebody and just talk, and just have somebody there just to listen, not to give their opinions. Because the last thing you probably need right now are their opinions. When you need their opinions, you'll ask for them. Or maybe just go out or someplace and just scream. Just let it out. Yell at them. Whatever. That might be what you need right now. And then number 50, trickery. I feel like you feel that whatever the situation was, you may have been tricked. You feel like you have been deceived. And I feel like looking back, you were going one way, that person was looking and was watching, and I feel like they may have knew that one day they were going to be caught, and they've been caught, and you caught them. We're going to get some angel messages. Okay, so first card out is Don't Stop. This card came out in reading number 1. No need to worry. I feel like right now you just need to take time to heal. And the worrying about, are people going to judge you? What are people saying? Don't worry about it. There's no need to worry. You shouldn't really need to worry what people think, say, or do. Just worry about yourself. Just don't think about it. Abundance. I think that there are resources around you to help you. Like, there is going to be, I feel, that one person that's going to listen and not give their opinions unless you ask for them. Meditation brings answers. I feel like maybe sitting with yourself as well, sitting with nature might help you, or just sitting in a room and just meditating may help. Maybe also journaling might help. But again, you decide that, what works for you. We're going to get some messages. These are love oracle. So if this is a romantic partner, past, present, or future, they might have something to share, or something may come through. I hope you are doing well. So as we saw the bird looking, knowing that they got caught, I feel like maybe they realize that they got caught. Maybe they're having some type of regret. Maybe they're seeing what you go through, and they're hoping that you're doing well on your, they hope. I want to be strong like you. Maybe I'm sensing that maybe they saw you as strong, and they weren't strong. So, and the only way that they could get through in life was by doing whatever they did. You know, if this was, was a romantic relationship, and if they cheated on you, maybe, not quite sure, that might be for somebody very specific. Maybe they weren't strong like you are. I wish things were different. I want to be more, but I'm scared. I wish I could hold you tonight. So, a lot of I want to be, I wish, I want are coming through. So, if this is a relationship, having to do with a relationship, past, present, future, whatever the case may be, I'm sensing they have some type of regret. But even with that said, that is still, if you're, again, I know how you're being trusting and how you see the good in people. Again, still sticking with the maybe, because again, I know that you're still that compassionate and trustworthy person, but still be careful of the mask that people wear. If this has to do with somebody who may have moved on, they may have a message for you. If this is coming through, and I'm not quite sure why, if you were the person who was the not trustworthy person, I always pointed you in the right direction. So this is somebody who built the life you wanted to complete. So if you thought, interesting, if you thought this person was trying to be deceived, or this person could be coming through to give you advice in regards to the situation you're finding yourself in. So I'm sensing if this is somebody that you wish you could talk to, but they're no longer with you, that is a message that's coming through. So if this is somebody who you wish you could talk to because you're going through this right now, I'm sensing they're trying to tell you, I always pointed you in the right direction. Maybe they're telling you to maybe think about them, and that'll help you go in the right place. And then the earth is our school. So we talked about going back out to nature to meditate. When we talked about meditation brings answers, and I had mentioned about going out in the earth and doing that, and I always pointed you in the right direction, and then we also see the earth. So I'm sensing that maybe somebody who passed on, that if you found yourself in this situation, you would be reaching out to them. Maybe that's kind of providing you with some guidance. I just sense that if this is going to be maybe specific to some people, that if this is that person, that you would, if you found yourself in a situation like this, you would go to that person, and that person would just listen to you. I feel like they're trying to reach out to you, and I feel like if you reach out to them and you listen and you meditate somehow, or maybe they're going to provide some kind of a sign for you. And then I'm just going to grab a number. 0606, commitment, loyalty, responsibility, truth, love, light, spiritual realm, growth, solution. So we have another, I saw another growth card. Here, was it with this group? Applying honesty and light daily is a fast track to creating a peaceful and meaningful life. It's how you find solutions in comfort, release worries by speaking your truth, and expressing emotions regularly. Open up, for the best is yet to come. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. And I'm going to grab some rocks. I just feel like commitment and, speaking your truth. So we have peace, desire, hope, believe, and we actually have the strength again. So I believe that you're going to find your strength and love. And I just believe, that's why, again, I really feel this is a maybe, because I feel like you can turn this into a yes. But I believe that you do need to open up, whether it be by meditating, and if this, again, to the person who may have passed on, I believe that you have a way that you communicate with this person. And again, I believe that you have that way to make this into a yes. So this is definitely a maybe. Thank you for joining Crystal Water Tarot. Please like and subscribe. I hope this has helped somebody. Please leave a message in the comment. Would love to hear from you. Thank you. Welcome back to Crystal Water Tarot, and welcome to those who chose pile number 3, which you have card number 15. Show others the way. Act in a way that benefits all. And we have, this was Gemini, the number 1, and Pluto. So, again, this can be somebody that has the birth month. Pluto, this could be yourself. The number 1 could be a date or month. And then Pluto, of course, could be another sign. So when I'm looking at this card, this could represent you, or it could represent a person in a relationship, a friendship, family member, however this resonates. And what's kind of comes to mind is this person wants to stand out. It's like their image is important, just by the way that they're dressed. It's like they have flowers, and it's like they want to be recognized. They want to show others the way. They want to have people follow them. So this person that's on your mind or that you're thinking about, they act in a way that they want to portray themselves, and they may have the best intentions, that they want to do things that benefit all people. So that's kind of what I'm getting in the act of always. You may be the one that you may want to do things that benefit all people, and maybe this person doesn't want to. So it could be vice versa. A lot of things are coming out. So again, but I do believe either you or them like to stand out, and you like to make an impression is what's coming through to me. So let's go ahead and let's draw some tarot. So first we have the 4 of Swords. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the World. We have the 6 of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Put that down here. And we have the 5 of Swords. And we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So with the 4 of Swords, that's kind of telling me that something needs to be, some type of a break, healing. Something needs a break. You need to maybe focus on yourself. Maybe if this person is always if this person maybe is taking up a lot of your time, if this person is having you focus on them a lot, because they're showing others the way, act in a way that benefits all. If they're having you maybe put in a lot of your energy focusing on them or others, maybe you need to focus on yourself a little bit more. Maybe you need to take a break. Maybe, this person could have the best of intentions, but maybe it's time, maybe you're overdoing it a little bit. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, I'm sensing, is you are a very dependable person. When you do something, you are focused on it. If somebody asks you to do something, you're committed. And I sense that this person, whoever this person may be, they know that. So that's kind of what's coming to mind. But I'm getting a sense that this person may have a goal. They may have an agenda. And I'm sensing with the World card that goal or that agenda may be coming to an end, because the World also talks about a completion, an end of a journey, that sort of thing. So I'm kind of sensing that maybe is something here coming to an end. Positive, nothing, have you been working on a project together? Have you been working on something together that now you're finishing up? So that's kind of, if this is a relationship, have you been working on something, pushing so hard that maybe you haven't had time to focus on your relationship? So maybe if you've been working on a project together, maybe that's coming to an end, where now you can take a break and you can focus on a relationship. Or if that's not the case, maybe you guys are going to be going in different ways, because then we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords talks about moving forward, actually doing something, going places. So, because normally we see, generally it's a male figure with a woman in a boat moving forward and leaving something behind. So maybe it's time, if this is some type of a romantic relationship, that maybe you came together through work or a project of some sort. Now that project is completed, and now you're going to be leaving that project behind, and now you're going to move forward into a different type of relationship, for example. If this is not that sort of thing, maybe if this is just a friendship, maybe you're going to be moving forward, you're going to be leaving something else behind, and something else is going to be moving forward, and you're going to be moving on. Then we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. This is, something's losing interest. Something's not what you had in the beginning, what the commitment here in the beginning was of what you thought. If this person's whatever, when they were their idea, if they were like a leader, and you thought what they were talking about was this wonderful, miraculous idea of, yes, I really want to follow them, and they can all go with them any place. Here the Ace of Wands is there's losing momentum. You thought something was a good idea, but now you might be questioning it. You're not as interested as what you were. Here we have the Six of Swords. You might be moving in your own direction, but now and then we also have where you're not so interested in what you guys were. Maybe you will be parting ways. Maybe you will be going somewhere different, because then we have the Five of Swords, which is ego, aggressive, negative energy, people maybe not being so upfront. So that's what the Five of Swords. Five of Swords talks about, negative energy, possible betrayal, aggressive people. So maybe with this person who shows others the way and acts in the benefit of others, maybe that person's you, and maybe this other person isn't that person. Maybe this person is you, and you're acting in it, and you're realizing this person who you thought was like you isn't really that person. So it's maybe it's kind of like you're realizing that it's time to part ways, because what you thought when you were working together, you're starting to see true colors. You're starting to see that person's image, the ego, that's what was in there. They presented themselves a certain way, and that's kind of what how they presented themselves. And then with the Five of Swords, we talk about the ego. Maybe it was the negative energy. Maybe their negative energy is coming out, where what they when they thought that they were, maybe when they first came out and they were all like hyped up to do what you wanted to do because they were, you were showing others the way. They were very positive because you had something to offer. Maybe now the negativity is starting to come out and it's all kind of coming together. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. Situations get worse. Unable to find help. It's the situation gets worse. I think I'm thinking true colors kind of come out. What you thought wasn't. Their negativity even comes out more. It might start showing in different ways. And so definitely, again, I believe that this person, I believe you, if this is how this is working out, or them, the presentation was, it was all about others, and I believe that is you. You are about helping others. And you try to, you do things in the benefit of others. And I think this person was definitely, or is, whoever this person in your life may be, or is about to come into your life, definitely does present to be about others. But I think as you get to know them, as their relationship, friendship, whatever the case may be, progresses, it may come out to be that may not be their actual intent. Something may be behind the screen. It may be, the situation may worsen. Things maybe come out. Again, with the Five of Swords, it may, when I don't see betrayal as meaning they do, they betray you in some dark, devious way, but how they represent themselves to me is a betrayal. I'm doing this for the good of others, when in reality they're doing it for the good of themselves. And they portray it as, I'm doing it for the good of all others because I believe in your cause and yada, 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 when in reality they're actually seeing what they can get out of the situation. So that's how I'm seeing that. Let's go ahead and get some more tarot cards. And the first one that we have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles talks to me about resources. And the next one we have is the Four of Wands. Then we have the Magician, the Queen of Swords. We should be able to do this. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. And no, we had the World. Queen of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Six of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and then the Nine of Cups. Excuse me, Eight of Swords and Nine of Cups. So, I think this person, or you, or both, have patience. I think you have the patience and your generosity. I think you pose, or you may have something. You may have some type of assets, resources that are secure. You have something that is dependable. I think this person who may be presenting themselves as a friend, relationship, whatever, is very patient. They're waiting to see what's in it for them. And with the Four of Wands, I think you're stable. I think you have something, whether it be a house, a stable job, whatever the case may be. You have, between the King of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, I think you have something that's stable. And this may be, I'm sensing that, this could be totally reversed, and you could be the one that's looking for something. But I'm not really feeling that. My sense is, generally, if you're taking the time to watch these readings, you're usually not the person that's usually out there looking for something, because you've got a sense of spirit. You're looking for the good in people. So I'm sensing that you have something that's solid. You have something that's secure. And to me, that something secure could be the belief of that there's something good out there, that there is the good in people. So that's kind of what I'm sensing there, that you may also be looking for somebody. You may be looking for somebody who has the same beliefs that you have. And to me, having stable beliefs, having a stable focus, having good things like that, that's, to me, is wonderful. Then we have the Magician in reverse. Magician in reverse is manipulation. You have certain things and you know how to use them. You know, rather than using your resources for good, you use those resources for manipulating others to gain more. So this person could have their own resources, but rather than to use them for the benefit of others to do good, they use it to gain more. They use it to take from others. They use it to manipulate, and that's kind of where I'm going. That they're, and the Queen of Swords talks about being cold, calculating, and that's kind of the way I'm seeing these four top cards, is that this here could be the King of Pentacles. They could have security. They could have resources, and they could have stability. But with the Magician, I'm just sensing, and with the Queen of Swords, that they're just looking for more, and that they're not looking for more in a positive way to settle down, to do it for good, that they go about gaining more resources and more wealth, or whatever the resources are, in a very cold, calculating way, as the Queen of Swords described. And it's not, and it's just in a manipulative way that may hurt others, and they don't really necessarily care about others. It's all about what they can get. It's all about what they can have, and that sort of thing. And that's just, and it's just that whole, I want to say, nastiness, negative way. And that's why I really believe that this is not you. I really believe that this is someone else that may be in your life, may be coming into your life, who may have already left your life in some way. Then the Wheel of Fortune we have. And the Wheel of Fortune is nothing lasts forever. Divine timing. And I'm just as I was talking about this person, it's nothing lasts forever, and I'm thinking their luck is going to run out eventually, and it may be you who sees this person for what they truly are. And when you see it for who they really are, you can confront them, you can just walk away. That is your choice. But someday they're going to have to, at some point in time, there's going to be divine timing. And at some point, that divine timing will happen. And nothing will last forever. And it will all come at some point. And I'm a major believer in that you have karma, and karma will come around at some point in time. Because then you have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups, as we know, talks about memories, the past, skeletons in those closets. And if you have this type of manipulation and calculation and taking advantage of others and just trying to claw your way to the top using bad behavior, that means that you have to leave negativity behind. You have to leave something in those closets, and that's going to come back. Something is going to come out of those closets eventually. Nothing stays hidden forever. Then we have the Seven of Pentacles. And if you know what this person's doing, it's came to your light, you've seen it. You have your choices. You can, when you do see it, or if you're seeing it now, you can give up. You can continue. It's up to you on how you choose to proceed. It's up to you whether or not you can move forward. It's up to you whether or not you can continue on. But are you wasting, if you know this person is doing this, are you wasting your time? And that's what you have to ask yourself. If you know that this person is going to eventually walk away, are you wasting your time? If you know that they are going to take your time, I think this is what you're asking yourself. If this is a friendship, are you wasting your time? If you're doing all this work, are you wasting your time? The other thing is I think that this person is, I don't think this person's wasting their time. I think you are giving them, you are helping them, you are giving them what they want. But again, that's up to you. I think that every day that they are with you, they are happy. They are appreciative because their life is a little bit easier because of you. And I don't mean that in a negative way, any shape or form. I think that you are a good person. I think that you have a lot to offer. And I think that the more you are in their life, hopefully, that might change them. That might show them a little bit of light. That might show them, because of the way you are, that might hopefully impact, help, maybe change them to stop the path that they are on. I would sincerely hope. So, going on with the Nine of Wands. With the Nine of Wands, I think sometimes you might feel, with the way that they talk, with the way they portray themselves, you might let your defenses down. You might feel like, this person could never. You might have seen signs of this cold and calculatedness. You might have seen signs of them being manipulated. But because you feel that, because of this way this person portrays themselves, because of the way that this person acts, you just kind of let your guard down. You just feel like, they would never do that. I feel like you're not defensive. The way that this person talks, they're manipulative. They're calculated. They know how to talk. We've all been around this type of person. At one point or another in our lives, where they can just talk and they can just make us believe anything. And I think that's where, your guard's not up. It would be like, why would this person be doing anything like that? Of course they would never do that. And I think that you may be seeing the signs, but you're just like thinking, why? This person would never do anything like that to me. Then we have the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords, if you're not seeing it right now, which you may not be, and if you do, or if you are, or whatever, however this plays out for you, don't be pessimistic. Don't blame yourself. If you haven't seen it yet, don't put the blame, don't think that everybody's like that. And even as you listen to this reading, don't think everybody in the world is like this person, because they're not. Don't fear every person that comes into your life, because not all people are like this. There are thousands and thousands of people that show others the way and believe in benefiting all people and believe in benefiting others. Sometimes there are those few that just look out for themselves. There are those few that pull their resources on and they claw their way to the top, and it's just that type of ego. It's just that type of person, and that's just them. We all make our own choices in our lives. So please do not put up walls, do not put up barriers if you haven't recognized this yet, or when you do, or however this plays out. Don't fear people, because not all people are like that. People are good in general, but sometimes because of what we go through in life, because of how we are treated in life, because of our experiences in life, sometimes it just happens. With the Nine of Cups in reverse, it's not, things are going to happen. And unfortunately, this experience is going to come with some type of I don't want to say, generally when it talks about, it says some type of a price, overindulgence, that sort of thing. Something's going to happen to make it. I think when it all ends up, it's going to be sad. You may end up losing somebody out of your life that you care about. You may go down we talked about going down different paths, going down. So you may part ways. And that, I think, is where we're talking about this is going to be sad. Because I think this person in your life is somebody, or will be somebody, that you think a lot of, whether it be romantic or a very dear friendship, or maybe even a family member. I think this is somebody that if you haven't came to the realization yet, or if you haven't seen the signs, whatever the case may be, I think that you are going to, it is really going to hurt you. That to realize that somebody in your life could really treat you or others, manipulate you, take things from you, whatever the case may be, and do this to you. And so there is no happy ending. You work through it, you get through it, you survive it, but there is no happy ending until you get through it. And that's where we go back to, you rest, you heal, you move on. But you don't stop living. You don't live in the fear of, oh my God, it's going to happen over and over and over again. Because when you live in that fear, you don't live. And that's what you don't want to do. You put yourself in, as we know, this card talks about a self-imposed prison, and you don't want to live in a self-imposed prison. You don't want to let this person do that to you, because that's not fair. That is not living. That is not moving forward. And we know that the Six of Swords talks about moving forward, moving on. And that's what. So at the end of the day, even if you split up, however the situation turns out, when you find out, you need to live your life and you need to move on. You may stay friends. As I mentioned, you just may not trust this person. If it's a family member, it's not like you can get rid of your family. That family member will always be your family member. But you will just learn not to trust that family member, or that person may need to earn your trust back. So again, a lot of different scenarios. So for me, this is going to be a no, because again, with this card here, I just see, again, I feel if it hasn't happened a lot, you're going to be going through some things if you're not already. But at the end of the day, I really feel that you're going to go through some things. It's going to be hard. It's going to be rough, but you're going to get through them. You're going to move on. You're going to move on. You're going to live through it. You're going to find that strength. And at the end of the day, you may go through some things, but I really feel that at the end, the karma is going to come back to this person, and I feel bad for this person, because I feel that living a life of using manipulation and taking from people and not realizing what people have to give and being that cold, calculated person, that's not really living. That is living a life of deception. And when we live a life of deception, we're really not understanding who we really are. We don't get to know who we are. And that means that people around us don't really get to know who we are. And that to me is not really living a true life. So, let's go ahead and draw some oracle cards. But again, with every no, you can turn it around. You can make choices. You can make some choices if you want to walk away, how this turns out. And keeping in mind, if this person comes clean with you, if this person comes out and says, this is what I've done, that takes a lot for somebody to admit. If this person comes out and says, hey, this is what I've done, and they step forward before you find out, or before you somehow, if they acknowledge what they've done before you walk away, or before something, that says a lot about that person. And that could also mean that person is willing to change. Again, they would need to earn your trust back. It's not like I would turn around and say, of course I'm going to trust you right off, but that person would need to earn your trust back. So again, can always change to a yes depending on circumstances, depending on how people and people's actions. I never give up on people. And showing others the way. So So maybe by your actions, you could show that person the way. So maybe if you find out, not coming out and saying, I know what you did, or confronting that person, which may go down a different path, you may somehow show the person a better way to live. Could be a possibility. And also maybe showing if maybe in your way of having them help you, maybe that changes them. So the first two cards that jumped out were freedom. I believe that possibly you're going to have your freedom if you walk away from this. Maybe you'll have your freedom to rest. I feel like maybe if this person was to acknowledge to you if they have done something, or if their intentions is to do something, I believe that they may gain their freedom from their past, or from things that they have done. They may gain their freedom and they may feel lighter. Observation. If you know, or if you think this person around you is doing something, as we have talked about, or if you have your things, just observe, watch their behaviors, watch what they're doing, but do not become paranoid. Routine. Sometimes in what people do, their routines can tell a lot about a person. You know, how are they acting? Are they changing up their routines? You know, again, watch, observe. Then ghost. Again, we talked about skeletons in the closet. And that's where we were talking about things coming out with the memory card, with card number 6. Things never stay hidden. Ghosts always come back. Things always come back to haunt us. Down deep, I believe that this person does manipulate people. I do believe that they are calculating. But, you know, I believe that they do have their resources, some type of resources, that sort of thing. But I also believe that they can change if they choose to. Anybody can change if they choose to. But I also believe that it also has something to do with their past childhood. I believe it has something to do with their ghosts, with something that happened in past years. But it is not up to you to try to change them. It is not up to you to make up for what happened to them. You have success. I have a feeling in what you're trying to do with helping people in this, show others the way, act in a way that benefits all. I believe you're a success at that. And I believe that even though this person may be in their own way, I believe in what you do, you're successful with helping them in some way. Unlikely. Is it likely that this person will change? Possibly. Maybe it's unlikely. You never know. Forgiveness. You know, I think possibly, maybe forgiveness will help this person. Starting maybe with forgiveness. Ask for help from others. You know, maybe this person just needs some help, and maybe that's where they need to begin. Maybe, you know, they believe that it's unlikely anyone will forgive them. And then wait. You know, sometimes before automatically forgiving somebody and thinking that they're a total write-off and it's unlikely they will ever change. Maybe we wait and we see what happens, and maybe then they'll turn out to be a success. Again, give it a little bit of time. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to get a couple of cards from the Oracle, the Love Oracle, in case this is a partner or a romantic partner. I need to see you. So if you split up, if you have gone your own ways, you are amazing. So I think if you are somebody who does look to benefit others, I think they see you in a positive light. I think that they see you as a shining light. I think that they see you as somebody who does look to benefit others. Why are you so damn beautiful? And I don't get that as beautiful as in the sense, I think that you are a beautiful person, both in and out, but I think your spirit is beautiful. I think what you do makes you a beautiful person. Then I'm going to draw some cards, and these cards are from, if this is a person who passed on, they may have something to tell you. And if you relate to somebody who has passed on, they may have a message for you. They may have some kind of guidance for you. Or they just may want to share a message with you. I send you signs. I send you love and signs through nature. So if this is somebody who, again, this could be either or, and then my mind is free. And I am with the rest of the family. So that could be very specific. And if by any chance this is somebody, if you were the person, but again, I'm highly doubting it. That's not feeling the way that this reading is. That maybe if you did something to somebody who's passed on, they're letting you know that they're okay. And if anything else, this could be just somebody letting you know that they passed on and they're doing good. So we have believe in yourself, and maybe have some belief in the other person. They may change. Desire, a desire to believe. Courage. Strength. Accepting the person for who they are. And then faith. Maybe having faith in the person, that the person may change. And that takes a lot. I understand that. But there's always that possibility. So, again, this is going to be a no. Thank you for joining Crystal Water Tarot. I hope this helps somebody. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I hope you join us again. And please leave a comment. Would love to hear from you. Thank you.